Thanks for tuning into our Break Basics playlist. I'm Noel, the Training Center Manager here at Buchner. Today we're going to go over common terms and techniques on your van mark brake. Here at the Training Center we have the Industrial Metal Master. The first thing I'd like to touch on is the throat depth. It has a depth of 20 inches, making it much easier to work by yourself because most of your material is inside the brake rather than hanging out, which makes it much easier to concentrate on locking on your points and your bends. Next thing I'd like to touch on is your bend line. If you want to bend on these two marks right here, it has to line up with the bend line right here. Sometimes I commonly refer to it as the nose. Open it up, close it almost down, which frees up your hands. Now that we're lined up with our marks on the nose, that's going to be our bend line all the way across there. Next, I'd like to touch upon the apron. This is connected to your bending bar, which helps create hems and bends for all your pieces. Quite often you'll see people when they lay out their material, they're going to use 5/8. The reason being is from your bend line to the edge of your apron is 5/8 of an inch. So it makes it easy to flush your material and quickly hit your marks and create all your different bends and hems. Let me give you a quick example. So next we're going to touch on hems and bends. They're very important for safety edges so you can't cut your fingers, and they also make it aesthetically pleasing. I'll show you how to make them here real quickly. Take your flat piece of metal, line it up with the edge of your apron. First we're going to do an open hem, which would use to create two-piece trims. Roll it all the way over till it can't go anymore. Remove your piece, lock your brake. Make sure you drop it in your power slot of your apron. Roll it over, don't go too far, just till it touches. Now that you're finished, notice that it's open just slightly, which will accept material to do all your two-piece trims. Next, we're going to do a closed hem, which you would use for like a J-trim application. There's no need to leave it open. Again, flush up with the edge of your apron, lock it down snug, roll your apron all the way over till it stops. Open your locking handle, close it back down, drop your piece seated nicely inside your apron. Do this one snugly. As you can see, it's squished tight, so it won't take up any room in your trim, so it allows to give the exact measurements. Now we're going to touch on some common bends like the 45 and the 90. Insert your piece, unlock the bar, line up your material where you want to go. In this case, I'm going to go at the edge of the apron again with the color. We're going to do a 45, which means lift your material up. See how it's lined up with the 45? When I relax it, it goes down slightly below. So you're going to have to take your material probably up to the second mark and it'll relax at the 45. Next bend, we're going to touch on a 90 degree. And it's the exact same scenario. Line it up, roll it all the way up to the 90 degrees, which is now with this piece. I'm going to take it past just a little bit. When it settles, it's right down at 90 degrees. Now you've created a 45 and a 90. Quite often you're going to hear me refer to color up, color down. What that is, it's the finished color of your trim. So in this case, I want to make a black drip cap. So we're going to start our hem with the color down. All the way in to the edge of your apron. Flush it. Roll it all the way over. Open your handle. Lock your handle. No need to crush this too hard, just till it touches. Now again, color down, and we're going to go for our 45, which we're going to use our multi-gauge to obtain. So I'm going to have a 5/8 strip cap on the edge with an 1.25 inch bend on the top. So our edge is going to go just past 45 like we spoke about. And the finished bend ends on the 45. Open. We've now created the first part of our drip. Now we need the 1.25 inch from this bend to our bend line. That will create the top of our window. We want this to be slightly under 90 degrees, creating a positive slope for water. So I'm only going to bring it to 90. Then when it settles down, it's 1 degree less, creating a drip cap with a slightly positive slope so no water will get trapped above your window. Thanks for tuning in to Break Basics. Keep watching our playlist and you'll learn how to make many trims that you can apply to the job site.